Allow yourself to relax, softly, deeply, settling into stillness. Feel the gentle weight of your body sinking into the mattress, the softness of your pillow cradling your head. Breathe in and out, slow and steady, in and out. Our story today begins in a quiet medieval town touched by snow. Imagine yourself stepping into that serene world. In this gently hushed winter's hush, the scene unfolds in a small workshop beside a frozen stream. The air is crisp, carrying the faint scent of fir and wood smoke. Inside, the clockmaker bends over his tools, each movement calm, deliberate. The soft drip of water echoes just one drop following another, measured and rhythmic, like a heartbeat. You sense the gentle breath of the workshop, the crackle of glowing embers in a nearby hearth, a pale glow dancing on stone walls. Breathe in warmth, exhale tension, let go. Now picture the water wheel outside, turning slowly, softly, its motion powering the clocks, gears and elegant water-driven timepiece. Rare and wondrous in this late medieval age, many villagers have never seen a clock before. They marvel at its delicate hands moving in sync by the soft drip, drip, tick, tock, each tiny sound soothing, familiar, guiding you deeper into calm. Feel the sound of each tick melding with your breath. Inhale, tick, exhale, talk. Let that rhythm carry you. Let each breath grow slower and softer. Let your eyelids grow heavier, as gentle as snowflakes drifting down. Soft imagine snowdrifts outside the window, a slow dance of pale petals, white and silent. Each flake lands, a whisper on the cold ground. You picture them, delicate and serene. The clockmaker listens, too, as he adjusts a cog. The warm glow from his lamp casts golden light on polished brass gears. Each gear turns with precision and quiet. Tick-tock, tick-tock, matching your breath, matching your heart. In your mind's eye, allow yourself to feel the steady warmth of the hearth, the distant softness of snow muffling the world outside. Everything is gentle here. Everything is safe. You may notice your eyelids lowering, each blink slower than the last. Your mind softens. Your thoughts become distant, like snow drifting in a pale sky. The clockmaker smiles softly to himself, satisfied with each measured turn of the mechanism. He knows this invention, water-driven clocks, were marvels in the medieval period, introduced in monastic settings. His clock is one such rare creation, bringing time gently into a simple village. Imagine the wonder of villagers, hearing the clock's mellow chime for the first time, their eyes lighting with quiet awe. Let yourself feel that gentle wonder, floating quietly through your thoughts, like the water droplets, falling gentle and slow. Let your mind float. Tick, inhale, talk, exhale. More and more sleepy. Close your eyes if you like, or simply drift. Imagine the snow layering softly, muting all sounds outside. The workshop's warmth cradles you. The water's rhythm guides you. Each gear's turn guides you. And as the clock's hands move slowly, so does your awareness, drifting farther into peace, deeper into rest. Breathe softly now, feeling each inhale fill you with warmth, and each exhale release what you no longer need. The steady tick-tock in the background becomes the gentle heartbeat of this story, a sound that lulls you deeper. Our story sets its roots deeper into this quiet night. Outside, the snowfall thickens, swirling under the glow of an old iron lantern by the workshop door. The light trembles softly with each sigh of the winter breeze. The streets beyond are empty, the cobblestones wearing a soft white quilt. Inside, the clockmaker Master Edric leans over his wooden bench, his breath visible in the cool air near the door. He works not with haste, but with patience, for water-driven clocks cannot be rushed. Each droplet must fall in its time, filling a small basin whose weight turns the great wheel, a wheel that whispers tick as it leans forward, and talk as it returns. This method of timekeeping, once reserved for monasteries, was considered a marvel. In places where the ringing of bells marked hours for prayer and work, a water clock could bring the same steady rhythm into any space. Tonight, in this small town, Master Edric dreams of the moment when this clock will mark its first hour. The hearth murmurs beside him, logs cracking softly, sending tiny sparks up the chimney. The scent of burning oak mingles with the faint aroma of beeswax from the candles. Their flames sway like small, drowsy dancers in the warm light. You may imagine yourself there, seated in the corner by the fire, wrapped in a woolen blanket, watching the master at his work. The glow flickers on the brass gears, each polished so fine that they catch the light like drops of honey. Your gaze follows the slow turn of the escapement, that delicate part which regulates the clock's steady pace. Outside, the snow continues to drift. It coats the roof, silences the distant forest, makes the world feel smaller, cozier, safer. Every sound is softened. Every movement feels slower, more deliberate, as though the whole night has agreed to match the calm of the clockmaker's work. Breathe in and out. You may feel that same sense of calm reaching into your chest, spreading through your shoulders, down your arms. The warmth of the imagined fire loosens your muscles. The slow tick-tock of the clock slows your thoughts. Master Edric pauses, holding a tiny gear between thumb and forefinger. He inspects it under the lamplight, his eyes narrowing, not in frustration but in quiet appreciation. He knows each piece has its own place, its own role, just as each flake of snow falls exactly where it must. A light draft slips under the door, carrying with it the crisp scent of winter night. The master smiles faintly, remembering winters of his boyhood, when time was told not by clocks but by the call of bells in the distant abbey. The abbey bells were made of bronze and rang deep into the valleys, marking hours for farmers in their fields and shepherds on their hills. But here, in this little workshop, time is measured in water and wheels. You might hear it now, in your mind, the gentle drip of water falling into the basin, the soft shift of weight, the slow turn of the wheel. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Somewhere beyond the workshop walls, a lone bird stirs in the rafters, its tiny claws scratching softly on the wood before it settles again into stillness. The fire whispers in reply. Your breathing now matches the pace of the story, deep and even, letting you drift further, letting each detail draw you closer to the quiet heart of the night. And as the snow gathers more thickly outside, the lantern light spilling from the workshop becomes a small golden island in a sea of white. Anyone walking past would pause, feeling the warmth even from the road. The soft rhythm of the clock would reach them, a gentle pulse in the stillness of the street. Here, in this safe and steady place, time itself seems slower, softer, kinder. The hour has passed softly. The town still sleeps beneath its quilt of snow, each roofline smooth and rounded, each chimney sending only the faintest sigh of smoke into the pale night air. Inside the workshop, Master Edric leans back in his chair, letting his hands rest in his lap. The tools on the bench seem to sleep as well, tiny hammers, fine files, brass pins all resting under the lamplights. Gentle amber glow. You feel the warmth of the hearth reach out toward you, wrapping around your shoulders like a woolen shawl. The pop and crackle of burning oak is slow, steady, without rush. Each sound rises and falls like a calm breath. The water clock speaks in its measured voice. Drip, tick, tock, drip, tick, tock. Its rhythm is so constant that you begin to feel it within yourself, your own heartbeat settling into its pattern, your mind rocking gently with the sound. Outside the window, snowflakes glide sideways in a light wind. Not hurried, not lost, just drifting, each following its own quiet path to the ground. The street lamp's pale glow catches them for a moment, before they vanish into the shadowed street below. Master Edric's eyes close, just for a breath. He remembers the first time he saw a clock like this, many years ago, in the abbey far to the west. The monks there told him the clock had been turning for over 100 winters, its water wheel never stopping, its chime marking every hour without fail. That memory warms him even more than the fire. He hopes, quietly, that his clock will see as many winters, and that, long after he is gone, someone will still be here to wind it, to oil its gears, to listen to its gentle song. You may picture this future now. Generations of villagers passing by the workshop, hearing the same soft chime in the same winter air, never hurrying, never forgetting. the clock becoming part of the town's heartbeat, the sound people know even in their dreams. Breathe in. Let the air fill you with warmth. Breathe out. Let go of every thought but this one steady night. The master rises, walks slowly to the window, and brushes away a patch of frost with his sleeve. The glass is cold beneath his touch. Through it, he sees the sleeping town square, the fountain at its center frozen into a sculpture of ice. The hour hand moves slowly toward the next chime. You watch it, the brass catching a flicker of firelight each time it shifts. The sound of the mechanism is unbroken, steady as snowfall, steady as rest. Somewhere outside, a fox pads silently across the square, its fur dusted white. It pauses, ears flicking toward the workshop, as if it too can hear the clock's gentle voice. Then, without a sound, it disappears into the night. The second chime comes low, golden, and round. It settles into the air, like a warm stone in the palm of your hand. No hurry, no sharpness. Just a note that opens and fades, leaving behind silence that feels even softer than before. You may feel your eyes heavy now, each blink lingering longer. The warmth of the hearth, the quiet patience of the snow, the rhythm of the clock, all of them guide you toward that space between waking and dreaming. Master Edric returns to his chair, closes his eyes, and lets the clock speak for him. Outside, the snow keeps falling. Inside, the night keeps breathing. Time moves on, but gently, so gently, you can barely feel it at all. And as the hour fades, you realize the clock is no longer just a machine. In a workshop, it is part of the air, part of the stillness, part of the dream you are already drifting into. Now, you may rest. The snow will keep falling, the clock will keep breathing, and the night will keep you safe. And so, the night deepens. The snow outside has grown into a gentle curtain, drifting endlessly, soft as breath. Each flake is unique, though none hurry. Each moves at the slow, unbroken pace that the winter night has chosen. Inside the workshop, the air is still, but for the steady chorus. Drip, tick, tock, drip, tick, tock. The water wheel turns as though in a dream, its motion ancient and patient, a whisper of engineering that began long before this little town ever existed. Master Edric straightens his back, stretching slowly, the leather of his apron creaking softly. The lamp's glow pools around his hands as he adjusts the pendulum's weight. His fingers, weathered yet steady, move like someone coaxing life into a delicate bird. You may imagine sitting closer now, the bench beneath you worn smooth by years of visitors. Perhaps you run your fingertips lightly over the wooden grain, tracing faint grooves left by other hands. The scent of pine from the bench mingles with the sweet smokiness of the fire. The master speaks softly, almost to himself. Though the sound is so low, it feels like part of the night's lullaby. Just a little longer, then the clock will breathe on its own. You glance at the great dial before Hyman painted yet, only faint chalk markings for the hours. Each mark, each line, is made with care. The slow movement of the hands feels almost alive, as though they are stretching awake after a long slumber. There is a truth, half forgotten in our age, about clocks like this water. Clocks in the late medieval period often existed in monasteries, where monks used them to measure the sacred hours for prayer, work, and rest. To them, each drip was not just a sound, but a reminder of the divine order woven through every day. Master Edric's clock is not for monks, but for the townsfolk who have never known such precision. For them, time has always been told by the sun's rise, the market bell, the call of the baker's boy through the streets. Soon, they will have something different, something steady, through storm and shadow alike. A gust rattles the shutters, and a tiny swirl of snow slips in under the door. The flakes melt instantly upon touching the warmer air. You watch one land on the bench, its delicate crystal shape vanishing into a single clear drop. The master notices too, and chuckles softly, just one quiet breath of amusement. Even snow obeys the clock, he murmurs. The fire crackles, one log shifting to release a burst of golden sparks. You follow their brief, weightless rise before they disappear into the dark above. Everything feels measured, paced, as though the very walls keep time with the tick-tock. Then it happens. The first chime. It is not loud. This is no cathedral bell. It is a mellow, rounded note, struck by a small bronze hammer inside the clock's case. It rings once, clear and full, before fading into the soft hiss of the snow outside. Master Edric closes his eyes for a moment, as though savoring the sound. You do too, letting it echo gently in your mind. The tone is neither sharp nor quick. It blooms like a warm breath in cold air. Lingering, he checks the mechanism once more, satisfied now. The chime will ring again each hour, telling time not with urgency, but with kindness. Outside, the streets sleep on. The golden light in the window glows against the white night. If any late traveler were to pass, they might pause, listening to that first note, not knowing why it brings them comfort. You might notice now that your own breath is moving at that same unhurried pace, in and out. The way snow drifts, the way water falls, the way a clock breathes. And with each breath, you sink a little deeper into the safe, glowing quiet of this night.